In early August, the first week of August 2018, I decided to camp at Sutton Campground on the central coast of Oregon. It's a national forest campground, very close to the ocean. Good location, a little bit north of Florence. And when camped there, I wrote a suggestion on the back of the payment envelope for my campsite regarding some environmental idea I have. Um, so you can read that. It's just a suggestion, it's not a complaint. Pretty clearly a suggestion, an idea. That's what I do often, is make some environmental points and suggestions. And so that was on August 1st, I believe. August 2nd, I was at my campground, and I noticed the campground host for that loop parked his golf cart at the back of my vehicle where the post is, and just sat there and stared at my vehicle with a extremely angry look of extreme disgust. I was noticing that looking out my window, and I just couldn't figure out why, and didn't think too much of it. And so I just kind of ignored it and didn't come out my vehicle. It seemed like he was sitting there around 15 minutes. I thought that was pretty odd. This morning, August 3rd, I left my campsite early. It was a different campsite than the first one, to go pick some berries nearby. I left in my vehicle, and on my way back, I noticed there was the same host, now with his friend in the golf cart, parked at my new campsite at the post again, and giving me an angry look as I was approaching. And so I was baffled. In an attempt to solve a problem or figure out what his problem is, I pulled up next to him and rolled down my window, and the video will show the rest from there. And I just thought that was really odd that he was parked there. I mean, they can park there if they want to, but it just seemed odd and out of place. Now there'll be two videos. The first video is going to be from my dash camera that points towards the left on the driver's side. I have three cameras in the front, so they cover the entire spectrum of the front of the vehicle, and they record all the time. This is not a plan just to record them. And I started to use my cell phone to record the host when he refused to tell me his name after he was being quite rude to me. Not quite harassing, but somewhat harassing and very, very rude, considering he's a host and I'm a guest. And I felt like I kept a cool, professional disposition throughout the whole ordeal, and never was acting hostile or anything. Now this first video you will see, neither one of them had any idea that I was recording them, despite this was right here where you'll see the angry guy put his fist through my window opening. I had my window open. Clearly, I'm warning him before he even comes near my vehicle. You can see it at a pretty good distance that I have security cameras in use. I guess he didn't believe it, but he found out later when the National Forest law enforcement asked for his story, which was significantly different than what my first video captured at the beginning. So he lied to the law enforcement. Both, from what I understand, both of the individuals I confronted lied to law enforcement because they didn't know there was another video other than his cell phone right over here facing frontwards and capturing everything. Okay, so then Now this first video will be a little bit longer than the second one. None of them are real long, but the reason the first one is longer is because it's capturing the entire incident as I'm pulling up. And the second video is strictly just the cell phone footage that they were well aware I was engaging in. Alright, so here we go with the two videos. Hi.
I won your letter the other day. I didn't appreciate it.
Which letter?
On the back of your thing here.
Yeah. What did it say?
Bunch of shit.
What's your name?
Don't make no difference what my name is. I didn't care for it. Al over there,
What are you
Okay.
trying to do here, buddy? Huh?
over to Al's.
What's your deal here? You trying to record me? I didn't give you permission to record me. Who are you?
I'm a guest at this campground.
Cool. You don't have my permission to record me.
Get your hand out of my vehicle.
Yeah, cool. Now stop recording me.
What are your names?
None of your business.
Yes, it
You're
is.
a guest here. You be a guest here. You being rude to him?
I was
Get
not
the
rude to him.
camera out my face.
He refused to give me his name.
He doesn't have to give you his name. What's your name?
I put it on the
Cool.
ticket.
Yeah? Get that out of my face.
You can go over and talk to Al.
Well, you seem to have a problem with me, so
Yeah,
I'm here
we
to talk
do.
about it.
Because you wrote some stuff on there, huh?
What did I
All
write?
of a sudden you ain't accountable? Huh?
What did I write?
You know what you know.
I thought it was something about solar.
It was.
So what's wrong with that?
What are you trying to do here, buddy? Huh?
Over to Al's. Huh?
What's your deal here? You trying to record me? I didn't give you permission to record me. Who are you?
I'm a guest at this campground.
Cool. You don't have my permission to record me.
Get your hand out of my vehicle.
Yeah, cool. Now stop recording me.
What are your names?
None of your business.
Yes, it
You're
is.
a guest here. You be a guest here. You being rude to him?
I was not
Get
rude
the
to him.
camera out my face.
He refused to give me his name.
He doesn't have to give you his
I don't
name.
have to give you my name.
What's your name?
I put it on the
Cool.
ticket.
Yeah? Get that out of my face.
You can go over and talk to Al.
Well, you seem to have a problem with me, so
Yeah,
I'm here
we
to talk
do.
about it.
Because you wrote some stuff on there, huh?
What did I
All
write?
of a sudden you ain't accountable? Huh?
What did I write?
You know what you know.
I thought it was something about solar.
It was.
So what's wrong with that?
Record me, I'm going to record you then. See, this guy is harassing us. This is his plate number.
Perhaps the larger problem here is that, according to the law enforcement I spoke with, these two have lied to law enforcement regarding their side of the story. And that is because they didn't know I had that first video. So according to the National Forest law enforcement officer, their story was significantly different than what the video showed at the beginning of the video that was from the dash cam rather than the cell phone. And then from the cell phone on, their story was apparently consistent. So there's heavy evidence that they deliberately lied to law enforcement. And there are lots of big problems with that. We can't have those kind of people running things for other people where they're in charge. If they're lying to law enforcement, that's going to cause a lot of problems with, for example, people, let's just stay with this campground, people who have been here in the past, if they've had problems, it's highly likely that they have lied about stories and to protect themselves, and will continue to do so in the future. So we need to be more assertive and don't let these people get away with stuff like this. If you've been wrong, to be sure to let authorities know and show them video if you have it. I recommend dash cam recording 24/7 in front of your vehicle, preferably at all angles, and that way your story is as good as gold and theirs probably won't be, especially if they don't know you're recording. Now watch out, because some states might have laws prohibiting recording without the other side knowing, and that's a big reason why I have stickers on the side of my door where it is recording, so they can't claim that they didn't know, because if they claim that, then they're also claiming that they don't read signs, so they're just not credible at all. Yeah, me. So now, yeah, it's you, guy. All right, hope this helps give you some ideas how to prevent this in the future and how to deal with things like this if it happens to you.